You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley. I have a cat, 2 sweets, the travel kitty. I have a good girlfriend, Angel's really pretty. I have a pony and we share a big horse. We have a big yard. Yeah, we have to, of course. I have a pool. In the summer I stay cool. Do a fountain, live in the mountain, live high on the hog. Need to be a spokes dog. I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley.
Woof and Super Smiles. Welcome to a Super Smiley adventure on Pet Life Radio, the largest pet radio network in the world. I'm Megan Blake, the pet lifestyle coach, here with my co-host Super Smiley, the national spokesdog for the American Humane Association Hero Dog Awards. And the Hero Dog Awards are coming up in September. So we're reminding everyone to vote for your favorite hero dog at herodogawards.org. And you can get your tickets there and come see Smiley and me. We will be there. And our very special guest today will be there as well. Emmanuelle Vaugier is the gorgeous, brilliant actress we've loved on Lost Girl, CSI New York, Smallville, Human Target. She played Charlie Sheen's girlfriend in 2.5 Men, and she's acted in so many films like Secondhand Lions and 40 Days and 40 Nights, and of course, one of our favorites here on A Super Smiley Adventure, Susie's Hope. We're so happy to welcome Emmanuelle Vaugier. Hi, Emmanuelle.
Hi.
Welcome to A Super Smiley Adventure.
Thank you.
Now, Emmanuelle, I know that you love animals, dogs, horses, and you starred in the beautiful animal advocacy film Susie's Hope. But first, I have to say, we've had so many actors on, Academy Award winners, but Emmanuelle, you are the most working actor I know. It seems like every time I turn on the TV, you're there in a film or a series. Now, aside from Susie's Hope, because we're going to talk about that in a minute, we want to catch up with you. What have you been working on recently? Tell us about what you've been doing.
Well, at the moment I'm working on Lost Girl. We're in season 5, and so I'm in Toronto doing that. And, that's what we're in the thick of right now.
That is so cool. All your projects, they're so wonderful. And Emmanuelle, you're such a star. You've worked with so many brilliant actors. I mean, Robert Duvall is just world class. The entire cast of The Mentalist, I love every one of them. Can you tell us about a particular project or a cast group that stands out in your memory, something that, you'd like to share with us?
Oh, gosh. I mean, every project has its, own sort of special chemistry and sort of vibe and stuff. So it's been really nice to work with such a big variety of different actors. But I guess because it's the most current Lost Girl, just because our cast is so amazing and we're like a big family. And I was saying this the other day to somebody who's like, they're like, oh, it's so great here. I'm like, I know, it is really wonderful. And I feel like sort of cheesy talking, saying that, because I feel like everyone says that. Like, oh, we all love each other, but it's not always true.
It's not always
it actually is true on this show. It's that we're really supportive of each other. Everybody's really awesome. I mean, we hang out with each other on the weekends, which is not usually the case. Not usually you pair off. There's like you make your friends and you have your little alliances and stuff, and you like everybody, but you're not hanging out with everyone constantly. And we do as a group, so it's really cool.
That's really cool, Emmanuelle, and that probably contributes to the great chemistry on screen too, I would think. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, very, very cool. And I love your Christmas films, too. I know at Christmas time, last year, I think you had several running. You had A Nanny for Christmas, and It's Christmas Carol, which was so cute. They're so good. And you're so good at playing very different characters. Do you have a favorite type? Like, we know you've been the heroine in Susie's Hope, and sometimes you play more of a villainess. Which one is more fun for you to play? What do you like?
I love that I get the opportunity to do a variety of different things, but I love the comedy, and I also love the action. The action stuff for me is a lot of fun.
And we mentioned Susie's Hope, the film about the true life dog who was set on fire but then recovered and then turned spokesdog against animal abuse. And Emmanuelle stars in that film. We'll hear about that right after the break. Smiley, can you wait? Good boy.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm Super Smiley. Must rock.
Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
It's dinner time in America, where more pet parents trust PetSmart for natural and expert-recommended foods than any place else. And now, we've added more than 100 new varieties to our already wide selection of your favorite brands, like Simply Nourish, Authority, Wellness, Science Diet, and more. Do what's best for your pet. At PetSmart, happiness in store.
Go to PetSmartDeal.com to find out this week's coupon code and save up to 30% on food, treats, toys, and more. And get free shipping on orders of $49. Go to PetSmartDeal.com. PetSmartDeal.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back on a Super Smiley adventure with Emmanuelle Vaugier, the star of Susie's Hope. Emmanuelle, I would love it if you would tell our listeners about Susie's Hope and who you played in the film.
Susie's Hope is a film about a dog, a pit bull that was lit on fire when she was 3 months old, and somebody poured lighter fluid all over her. She ran out the door, and she survived for over 10 days in the park. And this amazing woman, Donna Lawrence, found her and adopted her. And Donna had actually been attacked by a pit bull and had to have a hysterectomy, almost lost her leg, all these things, and took in a dog that, was the cause of all this trauma for her as well, and overcame her fear and overcame so many things and started to change, made some huge movement in the laws for animal abuse and that with Susie. And I had the honor of playing Donna in the film. So it's her story and Susie's story, and I was lucky to be a part of it. It was an absolute pleasure to get to meet her and get to meet Susie and the whole gang. It was really great.
And the film, Emmanuelle, it's extremely impactful. What message do you hope that people take home from the film? Because I know so many people are just loving it. What do you think the message is for everybody?
I think, the message is that animals are not just a piece of property that you can do what you will with and what you choose to. It's, they are a being, they need to be respected and they need to be treated accordingly. They're like children, and they don't have a voice of their own. So it's up to us to make sure that their voice is heard and that they are respected and treated well.
I love that because humans, we do have such power or dominion, as it's often said, over animals. And with that power, we can take care of them and nurture them. And that's what we should be doing. And you worked with a real life Susie. What is Susie like in person?
Oh, she's so sweet. She, at first, it takes a minute to get to know her a little bit, and there's certain things she doesn't like somebody approaching her quickly with, not sort of letting her sniff, which is totally normal for any dog. Really, my dogs hate that. But she's so loving and sweet. She was giving us kisses, and it's a very, very sweet dog.
Yeah, she is a sweet, sweet girl. And Susie is actually one of Smiley's girlfriends. They know each other very well, and they've been on therapy dog visits together at children's hospitals. And Smiley and I, we're in the film as well. And I play Susie's trainer, and I got to work opposite Emmanuelle. And Emmanuelle, it was such an honor and pleasure to work with you in front of the camera. I loved it. In one of our scenes, I was showing you, as the character Donna, how to train Susie, right? And Susie was being trained as a puppy. Yeah, it was so cute. It was actually that scene was improv. We didn't have a script, so we were literally working with the puppy, and she would do things, and she was all bandaged up. So tell everybody about working with the puppy. It was this little dog that was playing Susie.
Oh my gosh! What's the saying? Animals and children. But the difference for me is, I don't have kids, so it's a bit. I'm sure people with kids, they're like, oh, definitely children. I'm like, I could work with animals all day long. When they mess up or they can't, you have to have a lot of patience with them, as you do with children too. And I've worked with children; they're great. But I could work 10 times the amount of time with an animal and put up with way, way more than I could with a child. It's like, wait, because to me, for me, it's more fun. For me, it's like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. She screwed up again. Awesome. We get to do it all over again. I get to give her hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
So we had a blast.
Yeah, I totally relate because animals, I always say they raise our happy chemicals. And even just talking about it, we're giggling. And on set, they just change the energy. And this little dog was all bandaged up. There was nothing wrong with her. She was playing the role, but she had the cute little bandage on her ears. And she was just absolutely adorable. And what fun.
She really was.
Yeah.
No, it does change the energy on set. Everybody's a lot more relaxed when there's an animal on set. It's really, it's amazing to see it. Like, it really does make a difference.
It does. And on a movie set, people are running around doing their jobs, trying to, make the deadline, make sure they do it perfectly, but they'll be running by real fast and then they'll stop and go, oh, look at the little doggy. It's so funny.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They're like all business. Like, we have to get this done. Oh, look, there's Susie. It's so cute. It's very funny.
I know, she had her own little fanfare.
Right. And Emmanuelle, the broadcast premiere was just last week on Up TV, and the comments and reviews are absolutely fabulous. People are saying things like the film actually helped them with their personal healing. Have you been hearing things like that? I know that you've gone to several of the premieres.
Oh, I mean, it's all been really great positive feedback from the film and different, for different reasons. People just weren't aware of things like this that happen and the fact that Susie's changed. They've been able to change the laws because of what Donna and Susie have gone and done and all the work that they've put in and because of the passion behind the cause. And a film like this just brings more awareness. But yeah, I think everybody was touched by the film in one way or another, whether it was, for their own personal reasons or just from the story, which how can you not be with that story? So it was pretty cool. It's nice when a film is received like that.
Right. And Emmanuelle, you just mentioned changing the laws. Could you tell everybody a little bit more detail about how Susie, the dog, and her team, but this dog actually changed the laws in North Carolina? Can you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah. So what had happened was because Susie was deemed this man's property, he got no jail time, nothing. It was basically a slap on the wrist. Oh, well, it's as if he burnt his couch. And,
Wow.
Not a living being. And so when they figured out that his girlfriend came forward and said, no, actually, this dog was my dog, and so it was not his property, that was the reason why he got any sort of, jail time or anything. And they were Donna and Susie were able to change the laws in several different states called Susie's Law. But I guess the first law they changed was in North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yes, North Carolina, yes, to make it so that there would be jail time attached to animal abuse, which is a huge step in the right direction. So we're
exactly.
Just
I think it's 2 years, up to 2 years jail time for that. So that was pretty amazing. And they've gone and done that in several other states too, and just slowly taking over all of the states, which is great.
Yeah, it is wonderful. And it's a beautiful, beautiful film. We're talking about the animal abuse and the trial and all that, but it is such a heartwarming, wonderful, beautiful family film. I mean, it's nothing, the children will love it. It's done very, very well. And people can see the film and purchase it. I think it'll make a good Christmas gift. What do you think about that, Emmanuelle?
I think so, too. I think it's a good holiday film. And it's a good, it is a nice family film. There's nothing in it that's offensive. There's nothing in it that, it's family-friendly, kid-friendly. It's great. Everyone can watch it and enjoy it. That's something for everyone.
Absolutely. It was on Up TV, just literally UP, Up TV this month. And it's going to be playing this month. So you can go to uptv.com/Susie's Hope to see the schedule. And it's available for purchase on Amazon. And you can get it, pre-order the DVD. It's going to be at Best Buy, Family Video, Walmart will release it this fall, and Redbox and Netflix. So there are lots of ways everybody will be able to see.
Oh, so it's going to be on Netflix too?
Yes. It's going to be available.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, great.
Yeah, I've got.
Oh, fantastic. And this is a question that I've been asked several times was, when will it be available in Canada?
Oh, I don't have the Canadian information yet. You know what? People can go on Facebook to Susie's Hope, and I'm on Facebook under Megan Blake. Smiley's on Facebook under Super Smiley. And Emmanuelle, if you want to give where people can keep up with you, then we will be able to share it with everybody, because so far it's coming out in the fall. So where can people keep up with you, Emmanuelle?
You can keep up with me at Vaugier, EVAUGIER. That's my Twitter handle. And,
oh, cool. Very cool Twitter.
Yeah. And Facebook is The Real Emmanuelle Vaugier is my Facebook fan page.
Good. Well, that's a really good question about Canada because you're in Canada right now. Is that right? You're up there working.
Yeah, so I'm getting lots of questions from people here, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but hopefully Netflix will have it up here too, because their stuff is a bit different.
Yeah, it is different. And Emmanuelle, I know that you've had many animals in your life, dogs, and you've told me some great horse stories. We want to hear all about that when we get back right after the break. Smiley, can you wait? Good boy.
Sit, stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm Super Smiley. Must rock.
Dogs leave fur wherever they go. It collects all over the home. There are many tools designed to stop dog hair spreading, but their effectiveness varies, and afterwards you have to clean the tool, then the floor. With the Dyson Groom Tool, you simply deploy the bristles, then gently brush the coat. Loose fur is removed, while dead skin and allergens are captured by the vacuum. And to clean up, you simply release the trigger.
To get this awesome Dyson Groom Tool, go to DysonDeals.com. That's DysonDeals.com.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Gansert, President and CEO of American Humane Association, the country's first national humane organization. Here to tell you about our new show, Be Humane, on Pet Life Radio. Each week we'll be bringing you the latest news and issues affecting our animal friends, and we'll also be bringing you interviews with Hollywood's biggest animal advocates, here to share tales about their pets and what they're doing to promote a more humane world. Our own highly experienced staff and friends of the organization will also join us each week to share what they're up to in the animal world. I hope you'll stop by. Until then, let's always remember to be humane.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back on a super smiley adventure with the fabulous Emmanuelle Vaugier. Emmanuelle, okay, this is Pet Life Radio. We're talking about Susie, so tell us about the animals in your life.
Well, I've got 2 right now. I've got Bella, who is 1 year and 2 months, and I adopted her about 2 months ago. And she's a little toy poodle. She's about 6 pounds.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
She's very sweet. And then there's Jack, who's a Maltese poodle mix, and he's 4 years old, and he's about 7 pounds, and I've had him for 3 years now.
Wow.
And they travel with me everywhere.
Yes, they're little doggies. And I think you said that you were actually at the dog park this morning, right? They do all kinds of things with you, right?
Yeah, well, I was at the dog. I have Bella with me right now because Jack is actually at Doggie Boot Camp training because he has issues with, like, he's so well behaved, like on the plane, everything. Like he's really sweet, everything. The only thing that he does, there's 2 things. Well, 3. He hates the doorbell and barks like a maniac at the doorbell, and it's hard to calm him down. And then not a big fan of kids. Like, he won't do anything, but he'll just bark and bark and bark at them. And he was chased by them when he was little, so he doesn't really. He's not terribly fond of them. Anything under the age of like 9 or 10. And then the smaller they are, the more he hates them. And then skateboards, which I think is very common with dogs anyways. So I have him at Doggie Boot Camp, which is here in Toronto. It's like this trainer that I found through a friend who's worked miracles for her little poodle. And so he's there for 10, 11 days, and it's a sleep-away camp. And I check on him like every other day. I'm like, how's he doing? And apparently he hasn't pulled any of this crap with the trainer. And the trainer's like, it's because he doesn't respect you. And I was well, duh. I'm like, teach me how to make him respect me. So he's worked on, I pick him up on Sunday, and then he's going to teach me then I go into training for 3 hours with the trainer, and he teaches me how to handle them. Yeah.
He's not
So
going to make you stay there. You don't have to stay there 11 days in boot camp, do you, Emmanuelle?
He might have me sit and stay in a chair while he talks, but yeah, it won't be for 11 days. I just felt like an episode of Intervention when I dropped him off, though. Like,
that's right.
Issues, and yeah, it was very funny. So, but it's given me an opportunity to work with the little one, because the reason he told me to bring him, because he said, you don't want her learning that behavior, and then you're going to have two dogs that don't like children and don't like doorbells, and and she was already starting to do it, and I was like, okay, we got to nip this in the bud, because they're going to drive me berserk. And she loves kids. Like, she's really good. Like, she doesn't have like any sort of anti-skateboard kid anything. So she's just curious. So we were at the dog park with my friend's dogs, Bo and Lucy, who are two giant 80-pound Doberman rescues. And it's really cute because they love each other. They keep checking on Bella. And I'm like, don't careful, Bella. But they're so careful with her. It's really cute. And she keeps stealing stuff from them. And she'll steal bones. I'm like, you don't want to do that. Like, you're going to learn it once, and then you're going to be dead.
That's so funny.
She's getting it.
That's so cute. But Emmanuelle, you're such an example of a wonderful, wonderful dog steward, because like you alluded to, dogs are pack animals and they learn from each other. And as soon as you saw this negative behavior, you separated them and you're taking care of the problem. So yay, we love you for that, Emmanuelle, for being such a great role model for us, all of our listeners. Everyone, well, my listeners know that I also have a beautiful rescued horse, Starfire. He's one of the loves of my life. But what a lot of people might not know about you is that you are a trained, pretty expert horseback rider. Tell us about you and horses.
Oh, I love riding. And I'm not so expert, but I picked it up. Well, I used to ride as a kid, and then I picked it up, maybe a few years ago, and I just ride on and off because my schedule was kind of all over the place. And this year, I had planned this trip to Ireland where I wanted to do cross-country jumping. So I thought, if I don't want to kill myself and I want to come back in one piece, I need to start riding like as much as I can. So in January, because I knew I'd be in town, I started riding like 4 days a week, and then towards the end, like 5-6 days a week, as much as I could.
Yes.
And doing clinics and showing. And so I ended up, for 7 months of training, ended up progressing quite a bit, which I was, for my experience, I did well. I'm not, in comparison to people who, have been doing it all their lives, not so much. But I was able to go on this trip to Ireland and not die, and that was good. And apparently that's a success. If you come out of that trip, this is what people told me while I was there, by the way. If you don't come out with like a broken bone or something like bad has happened, like where you've hurt yourself, it's been a successful trip. I was like, really?
That's true. Emmanuelle, it's very, very true, because those big cross-country races and events that they have over there in Ireland and Europe, I hear that often it's common that someone gets killed every year. It's not just broken bones. So if you survive, that's why I said that I know that riders are very reluctant to say they're expert, because then they're comparing themselves to the Olympics, because the riding world, the real riding world, is actually quite an elite world. So, but that's why I said, in my opinion, you're pretty expert, Emmanuelle. I'm going to give you that, to be able to do that and come back. And dogs, obviously, you communicate with dogs and your horses. And for me, it seems like they don't require a different language, but actually a different sort of energy in working with dogs and horses. What do you think about that, the communication between dogs and humans and horses?
I think it's very similar, but you're also dealing with, a 1,500-pound animal, which is much different than me dealing with my 6-pound poodle. So
there you go.
There's a lot more force and power that they have that my little, I can't just pick up my horse and be like, no, bad Rose.
Right.
And then put her in the office to give her a timeout. But you have to be firm with them, and they're also looking to you I think it's very similar in the sense they look to you for leadership, and if you aren't leading them and you're not in control and you're not the boss, then it makes them nervous and they start acting out and doing things just because they're insecure.
Right.
So it is similar in that way.
Right.
And then there's also the skill of actually being able to work with a horse and maneuver a horse around, be able to move the horse and all the all the aids and things like that, and learning that. in communication. But that's a different, that's the skill of riding as opposed to just handling being able to be with a horse without riding necessarily.
Right. And you talked about how dogs can pick up if you're not the leader, and horses, I know they can, because we've all seen a beginning rider get on a horse that's very well trained, and the horse just walks through the bushes and goes over and eats grass.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't pay any attention because they know that they can get away with it. And that, like you said, is very similar to dogs or children, I guess. I don't know. But
I think it's the same.
Yeah. And for me, animals are healers and teachers. What have your animals, your dogs or horses, taught you in your personal life? Have you learned anything from them?
Oh my gosh, every day. I think they teach you patience and compassion and just love. Like they just, it's every time, I look at my dogs, I'm like, okay, things are really not that complicated. It doesn't have to be just like bring it back to the basics, very simple, sort of like, okay, one thing at a time. And they don't seem to stress about too much. And they get over stuff pretty quickly. Dogs have been through so much. It's like, it doesn't take them as long to, it does in certain situations, but for the most part, they forget that they were sad 10 days ago or a day ago or an hour ago. And then they see you again and they're like, hey, hi, do I get a treat again? Do I get something?
That is very, very true.
They're forgiving. I guess, they teach you a lot about forgiveness.
Right, and letting go. Absolutely. And Emmanuelle, we mentioned the Hero Dog Awards. They are coming up. And last year, Super Smiley and I were presenters. We had the honor to present the Inspiration Award to Ryan O'Neill for Farrah Fawcett, who was a personal inspiration and hero to the CEO of the American Humane Association, Robin Ganzert. And Robin now has her own show here on Pet Life Radio. So big shout out to Robin. We're so happy that you're here on Pet Life Radio. And last year, Super Smiley Adventure with Pet Life Radio was the radio sponsor, and Pet Life Radio is a sponsor again. And last year, Emmanuelle, you were a special guest and presenter as well. And this year, you're a judge. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really excited about, learning about all the different hero dog submissions and that sort of thing has been really, really amazing. There's a lot of amazing, strong sort of competitors this year, and they're all heroes.
Yeah, Emmanuelle, can you tell everybody a little bit about the Hero Dog Award since that's coming up? Just, a little bit about what it is.
Basically, it's celebrating dogs that have done remarkable things for their owners or in the workforce, and so there's different categories. There's, I forget how many, it's like 8 categories or 4 categories?
There are 8. It's like war dog and service dog, and what else is there? Therapy dog.
Yeah.
These are really extraordinary dogs.
Great, they're extraordinary dogs in 8 amazing categories. And, I'm a judge this year, so I've been looking at all the submissions and the finalists, so to speak. And it's just unbelievable how each and every one of them is a hero no matter what happens. And it was really hard to pick any one particular dog for any category because they were all really amazing. So, so it celebrates these dogs as well and tells us stories. And then and then they nominate, one dog to be the hero dog for that year. And so we'll see who that is.
And the first year, I love the first dog who won, Emmanuelle, you may know this, she actually led her blind person out of the burning 9/11 tower to safety. She was a guide dog and saved her blind person as he was exiting the 9/11 tower.
Wow.
This is the level of extraordinary dogs. Oh my, I have chills just saying that. And so, of course, we want to invite everyone to come join Emmanuelle, Super Smiley, and me at the Hero Dog Awards. You can go to Hero Dog Awards and get your tickets and actually be there with us. And please go, and you can also vote and support the dogs and learn all about them there. And again, we said you can keep up with Susie's Hope on Facebook at Susie's Hope. Keep up with me and Smiley on Facebook at Super Smiley, and it's smileythedog.com. And Emmanuelle, tell us your Twitter again so people can keep up with what you're doing.
It's at Vaugier, so E, V like Victor, AUGIER.
Very, very cool. And Smiley and I have one more little bit of news. We are new bloggers for Sergeants. Yay, the pet company that's been around forever, and we're so excited. So you can visit our blogs there at blog.sergeants.com, and we'll be posting those all over the place too. And Emmanuelle Vaugier, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing you in September at the Hero Dog Awards.
Absolutely, and we're going to be looking for you on Lost Girls. And Emmanuelle, is that where we look for you now? Do you have any films coming out? I know you're going to have many, many in the future, but is that the main place we look for you now?
Lost Girl starts airing in September on Showcase in Canada, and then in January on Sci-Fi. And,
very cool.
And then Yeah, and then on the film front, I have a film in the Toronto Film Festival this year called Teen Lust, which
congratulations.
will be coming out at some point later in the year. But yes, I'll be doing the festival circuit with that for a little while, so that's exciting and fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Emmanuelle, again, thank you. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for joining us today. And we wish you the very, very best of luck on Lost Girl and in the future. We'll see you in September.
Yeah, see you soon.
Okay, great. And from all of us here at Pet Life Radio on a Super Smiley adventure, we wish you all amazing adventures with your pets. So until next time, woof and super smiles.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.